Alright, so I'm here in Maryville, Tennessee with Micheal Gifford, who is a spray painter who has painted at the roller derby, which is way cool in my opinion. And we're just going to talk about how he began spray painting and a few cool things that I noticed and any questions that he's got.
Okay.
So the first question I have is what was it like, the first moment that you encountered spray paint and you decided that you wanted to paint?
Well, there's about a 10-year lapse of when I first encountered it and when I started. I was in Dallas at one of the UT football games, and we went through downtown Dallas, and there was a street artist there. And me and my friend that were there, we had purchased a piece of art, but I have no clue where it's at now. That's a long time ago. But then I got laid off from the job and started to get bored. So I was like, I need something to do. So I was like, well, I remember that person that did that spray paint. Let me YouTube it. So I did a couple YouTube videos. I was like, I'm gonna have to try this. And then I asked the wife if I could get, a pack of poster board and some paint, and she let me get. I got one pack of poster board, and I got 4 colors. And I did my first one. I was like, not bad. Look, put that one to the side. Tried another one. I was hooked. Right there. It was just being able to create something out of a piece of white paper and, whatever. I mean, it was limitless. So it was really interesting. And that was about, I guess I've been doing it 3 years. Not heavy 3 years because, well, we're in a sweatshop out here in the garage, so.
Right.
Most people don't do it during the winter. I usually do most of my spray paint in the winter, but yeah.
It's pretty cold though.
And sometimes it does. I mean, I try. I mean, in the coldest days, obviously, I'm not going to be able to. But if it's around 50 or 60, which this winter would seem to be a warmer winter, it was usually in the 50s, and I know it's a little cold to do the paint, but it actually worked out.
The paint was behaving.
The paint was, yeah, it was working right.
That's good, and it's pretty humid, is it?
Yes, it's very humid here, all the time,
winter.
year round.
And it still behaved itself.
Yeah,
I'm impressed because his paintings are like pretty shiny, and that's actually really hard to do when it's humid. So I'm very curious about.
I'm not sure how I did it. The only thing I can think of is that might have been one I did when it wasn't so humid. But on some of them, if I don't like the gloss of it, when I'm done, I'll go over it with a clear coat.
And you have what kind of clear coat?
Rust-Oleum.
You have Rust-Oleum. Rusto Crystal Clear.
Yeah, and it works. It works pretty good. It's I like the Rusto. It's a little bit thicker paint than the Krylon, but I think that helps me do the textures I like better.
Right, you can definitely do more texture with the Rusto. Yeah. Okay, so to keep yourself safe when you paint in the winter, I took a little picture of your enormous fan. That's like an airplane fan. This is the best fan I think I've ever seen for painting in the garage. Oh my god.
Yeah, I had gotten it from a company I'd worked for because they were getting rid of a bunch of their stuff, and I was like, well, that'd be great out in the garage to keep it cool if we're having people over and we're having a big party or what have you. And then once I started spray painting, I said, well, I know how to get rid of my fumes. So I hit that, and when I first started, I had the small fan right beside me and didn't use the big fan. But now I sometimes use both, or I'll just use the big fan.
And do you find that really gets
It does. It does. I mean, it still kind of coagulates or whatever, kind of stays here because of the humidity. Right. The fumes still stay a little bit right around me, but for the most part, they go right out.
That's awesome. And also with the mask.
Yes. Yeah. I used to just wear the little doctor's mask, but I talked to him to let me get one of the 3M.
Just show them, because this is really important that people protect themselves and know that other people are protecting themselves, so there's no.
Yeah, I had it off at one time and spray painted it by accident, but yeah, I mean it worked really good. I mean, I think when if I had a full beard, it irritated it, so I had to cut so I could paint.
That's devotion.
Yeah, but I still got my mustache. That's my main thing. But yeah, once I got this, it's been a lot better. I've been able to stay out here longer and paint more than once a day, basically.
Cool.
Because with the little, I call them surgical masks. I mean, they're a little bit thicker than that. They have a little filter at the front. but that still wasn't nowhere near it. And of course, the paint always get on my hands because I can't stand the gloves. I know I probably should, but the gloves they don't let me feel when I'm using the paper, when I'm using the magazine and the newspaper. I can't feel it right.
Right, yeah.
Now when I do, like if I do water or something and I'm doing a long
and it
strokes.
eats through the gloves anyway.
I haven't on mine. It hasn't yet.
No.
It hasn't yet. That's not to mean it doesn't after I because I get done with that and then it's off.
Right.
And then I go back to bare hands. I still got a little bit of paint from the stars.
Let's go.
My heart is beating in the peace of God.